all the way back to the point where if you come off the wall, that's their excuse to fucking kill you.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Now they grab you by the back of your pants. They give you like the corrections. They always put their knees in the back of your knee. They're fucking up on you, bro. They want you there in your ear. Come off this wall. Be the last thing you ever do. Searching.
At one point, one officer yanks him by the neck and drops his semi-conscious body on an examination table.
Searching you, roughing you, grabbing your nuts and all that, bro. Like that kind of shit. So they deter you from ever coming to the yard. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they give it up. You
Okay, man. I got my boy DVS from Stuck in the System in the house. You guys might know him for being on many different platforms, but I'll let him tell you. Great dude from New York. We're gonna get into a few different topics. We're gonna get into him as a person, but we're also gonna get into this terrible situation that is going on in New York City in the penal system out there. It's just horrendous and needs to be talked about. But DVS, tell him what's up with you, man. What's going on?
What's going on, Maddie? First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Appreciate you. Doing big things. You're going great places. I see the direction you're going. So, just keep on doing what you're doing because you got it. Right. For me, man, I'm just a kid that got stuck in the system, really, in all actuality. Foster homes, group homes, juvenile detention centers, and then, ultimately the big boys corrections. So I've been through the system for many years. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening with this stuff that's going on in New York State Department of Corrections? It's not far fetched. It's not where this is something that doesn't happen. This is a practice. This is a culture. This is something that they live by. This is the way they keep things the way they want them to be, in in order, so to speak. It's not really an order. It's more intimidation. You can lose your life going upstate in New York, just by the COs. You worried about what's happening in the prison politics and all that stuff. But if you know how to move and you got a direction on where you're going, the only next thing that you would really be worried about other than that would be the COs, because for whatever reason, if they don't like you, or you rub them the wrong way, or you remind them of a bully or somebody that did something to them, you're liable to die. You know what I mean? Like, you're liable to end up in a pine box. So
have you witnessed, without cutting you off, I mean, have you kind of like, you've been in the system out there? So
now I get what you're going. And I apologize for this is a touchy subject, bro, because the first time I got hands put on me was when I was in juvenile. I was in Tryon. The COs there, staff, we call them staff, but they really COs. Same kind of breed, same mentality, same culture, same practices. It's just they deal with kids. They up there killing kids. What they were up there killing kids, restraining them, putting them in ankle locks, choking them out, breaking their necks. I was a victim of that too. The staff that was there / YDA or whatever you want to call them. He didn't like me for whatever reason, and he let me know it. Slant me with one hand, bro. I was coming from my cell to the showers. You got your setup, you got your towel, you got your soap dish, you got your wash rag, your change of clothes, your boxes, and all that. So I'm walking to the shower. It's one person at a time. And Tryon at this time, you was locked in your cell pretty much all day, bro. Like, you didn't do shit. So they would do everything one by one, so it would drag the shift. You know what I'm saying? So I came out. He asked me a question. He didn't like the answer, and he slammed me and he knocked me out. When I woke up, I tried to grab my slippers, get my shit together, put my shit back on. He told me that if I moved, he was going to do it again. So, I'm like, all right. I'm a little shook up. And mind you, I'm like 110 pounds, bro. I'm like 13 years old, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, and this is a redneck fucking big ass fucking country boy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking with the bells and all that. So, I stood my ass down, you know what I'm saying? I gained my composure. He told me to get in the fucking, get in the shower. did what I had to do. When I came out, he came with his boy. They brought me to the day room and they fucking cuffed me and they pushed my face into the rug, gave me rug burns, had me all fucked up, ankle locks, all that shit. Like a Hoover vacuum, bro. Dead ass, bro. My
It's
ankles was in
crazy.
the air.
I believe you, bro, because it happened. The same things happen up here in DYS, bro. I've seen the carpet burns. I've had the carpet burns.
On my face,
I've
bro.
had
My whole side of my face.
Yup. I've had every blood vessel in my neck popped. Every blood vessel in my eyes popped. Black eyes. I've gotten knocked out by staff members. It's all the same things, man. And it's like those big
And
no
that's
neck
juvenile.
motherfuckers.
That's juvenile. Think about that. That's just juvenile. That's not even adults. I learned the ways from the adolescents, bro. So when I did get the corrections, even the old timers, you know, before you go upstate, there's gonna be some old timers be like, yo, listen, young boy, don't do that shit. That shit is not like here, especially Rikers Island. You know, Rikers Island, you can get crazy with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can get bananas. They call that shit Coney Island for it. You know what I'm saying? If you like that, it goes down. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
you've been up there as a juvie, right? In Rikers?
yeah. As an adolescent and an adult.
Wow. What's it like walking through the doors up there? And what age were you when you walked through the doors in Rikers?
Rikers, I was an adolescent. This was 18 and then 19 again, but I was an adult already. I was on the island for a year and a half, close to a year and some change, year and a half, fighting a case before I went upstate. So, you know, being on the island for a year and some change, man, like, you know, it gets crazy. And then the other bit before that, I had a gun charge as an adolescent, so I did a bullet, 8 months county time, you know, a year of county. So, but the thing with that is, you know, everybody from fucking juvie, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody you here with, you know already. Like you already been to the group homes, the foster homes, the fucking the juvenile detention center. So you know, it's like, oh shit, what's up? Yo, how you been, bro? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and if you're not like that, then you're not like that. But you know what I'm saying? If you what's up, you be like, oh shit, I was with you with it, and it's just like a fucking fraternity, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all know each other. So you know, your reputation precedes you.
Absolutely. It's like when you get upstate, you're bound, your reputation is already coming with you from DYS. So if you were, you know, no good in DYS,
You're no good. Yeah.
you're walking in no good already. So you don't want to have that. You know what I mean? But if you had a good reputation in DYS, you could, you know, you start off on the right foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just walking through. I'm just here. What's up? You know what I mean? Like it's another day. So that's really once you become accustomed to that shit, Rikers Island, you gotta be, you know, conditioned, but you know, it's as hard as you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yup. I feel like the first step to institutionalization is being accepted and feeling at home around the family who accepts you within prison. And then you forget about your surroundings. You just start dealing with it. And all, you know, when you start going on, cruise control, all those little habits you're picking up without paying attention, that's the institutionalization kicking in, bro. I swear, that's how it happened for me.
Yeah, it numbs you. It brings you to a place where this shit is just, I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I know this is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I'm used to. Like, it's so normal that it's like, I'm just here. You know what I mean?
Yup. Like it's to the point where I'm wearing gym shorts underneath my jeans right now, just in case I go to the hole. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't do those. I feel like that's you're bringing that shit with you. I don't do none of that shit.
It's just a habit, and it just feels comfortable now. But
no,
I don't.
I know you did a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm institutionalized, but I'm institutionalized and streetized. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a bit of both. Like so I can shake shit off. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I was there for all that time, it'd be very hard to shake that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand that completely.
Right.
But I had to shake it. I had to shake that shit.
Let me ask you this, right? So starting as a young buck, right? Where did you grow up and like what was your neighborhood? What city were you from? And you have brothers and sisters and a mother and father.
I got you. So I grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn. My mother, she's from Church Avenue in Flatbush. She was there before the great exit for the Irish. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's West Indian, so the migration, you know, it flips. It always flips. But
Right.
she missed the bus, word. So we was in Flatbush. We doing whatever. I got taken away. This at this time we was living in Canarsie, but I got taken away. I went with an aunt, very young. I think I was like 2, and I still with her till I was like 5. But she was an alcoholic, so I was getting my ass whooped and for little petty shit, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because she didn't know how to control the situation. But my mother had lost me because she had left the stove on. She got hot, and the house almost burnt down. So
Mm.
I had to let the fire department in and all that. Um,
Right.
so they moved me to her stepsister, which was my aunt Lillian and all that. But like I said, she was an alcoholic. Um, so you know, ACS came, they saw bruises, and they brung me out of there and they put me in foster care. I was in a foster home for like a day, but it was wild. It was like almost like remember the cartoon Recess with all little kids
No.
and shit like with the so it's like it was like a schoolyard like with jungle gyms and you had the little kids over here, little kid like little cell like a prison yard, bro. Like crazy, bro. So I'm crying, bro. I'm out of my element, bro. I'm fucking. I just this lady just came and got me from where I was living. Fucking, I cried myself to sleep. I'm telling her I wanted my mother. She's telling me to shut up. I cried myself to sleep in the back of the police car. So I get to this fucking force room in there, and I'm crying. I'm like, yo, this shit is wow. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They
Mm.
called the people and they was like, yo, listen, he's got to go somewhere a little bit more, like a little like not so many kids and shit.
Right.
They bring me to this family. They had 2 kids of their own. Um, they was church going real good, beautiful family, amazing. I was there for like 2 weeks. When I left, they cried hysterically, bro. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So I knew it was real. They was really good people. And then I went to a second cousin of my mother for like 3 years before my mother got me back with my father. Um, so I was in a home with my mother's second cousins, firefighters, police officers, transit officers, therapists, like real middle class shit. You know?
Right.
From there, from 5 to like 8.5, 9. That's when my mother and father get me back. Had my mother do a program, you know, you know, just to do the regular, do the mill shit. You know what I'm saying? Just make it look good. Because they know the statistics and shit. Um,
Did you ever deal with like abuse in those houses and programs?
what you mean as far as
Like sexual abuse? I know that they say there's a lot of shit going on in there, and I don't mean to ask you like touchy questions like that if you don't feel like answering. You definitely don't have to. I just wondering because
so
it's
so it happens, bro.
thing.
It's a thing, bro. Like it
Yep.
definitely happens. I was in some group homes that it was wild, bro. Like it was like on the verge of like trafficking, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like
Wow.
yeah, bro. Like wild shit, bro. Like it was
Wow.
wild. So back to what I was saying with my moms and my pops. I go back to them. My father's a merchant marine, right?
Yep.
So he's been doing that since 19. He had me when he was 43, bro. So if you do the math, you know what I'm saying? He's well into his career, bro. He's not giving that shit up. Word. So
Work.
he's going back to work 8, 10, 12 months at a clip. So he leaves my mom's. Mind you, she just got out the program, make sure she's financially good and all that and whatever. She relapses.
Mm.
So for the races, we're healing toe. Me and my mom's like she forged signatures, and my pops got mad credit. She's wild.
Mm.
We back to Brooklyn now because they had bought a house in Jersey. So
Work.
we go back to Brooklyn, back to Flatbush. It's off to the races, bro. Like it's
Right. Right.
bad, bro. Bad. Like she's smoking crack. We living in crack houses. She's taking over people's apartments. Like she's scamming, fucking forging checks. Like she's on her shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with her. And I'm just there. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever have like thoughts like, damn, my mom is like really messed up person? Or did you just think like this is just how it is, you know?
I'm just here for the ride, bro. Like what the fuck is going on? Like I'm just observing. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I'm just here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my mom's is a wild one. She was a redheaded, green-eyed devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she was nothing to fuck with, high or not high. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So it was definitely a ride, bro. It was
Right.
definitely different. So
Sounds crazy, man. Pretty
yeah,
crazy. Like,
definitely wild. So I don't want to be around all that shit too much out there. I see what it is and all that. So I'm out in the streets, bro. I'm running, stealing food, stealing clothes, changing up, like living like abandoned cars and like fucking hallways. Cause I don't want to go back to my mom's crib because there's crackheads all there in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's smoke everywhere, bro. It
Mm,
got to the point where I slept in the hallway, but like I was just like, yo, I don't want to be around that shit. I'm getting like brought back to the house by fucking police officers for stealing shit, delinquency, all that kind of fuck shit. Um, I finally end up catching a bad case, an assault case. I end up going on a run. I put myself in a group home and all that. I'm in a group home for like a year, and then eventually, I was in an independent, like a house, like in the neighborhood. So
right.
two or three of those houses, getting it in, and doing kind of crazy shit. They put you on a campus. They put you on like a RTC, residential treatment center.
Mm,
So it's like a campus, like girls, boys, cottages, school, right there. Everything's there. It's like a big ass college campus, but you just in a group home. I'm there for a little while. I go AWOL, I go back to the hood or whatever. I see the gang and all that, and I end up seeing somebody that was a part of the shit that I was on a run with.
mm.
First night out, the first night I went AWOL, I was at my mother's house. They come and knock on the door, bro. And it's not the group home, bro. It's from the case. So they bring me in. I'm in Spofford for like a month, and then eventually the fucking group home takes me back on a conditional release, and I gotta stay there under their care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Supervision and all that.
What's
Stupid me.
Spofford?
Spofford is like juvenile jail. So
Okay.
like it's like county for juvie.
Okay. Got you.
Like
Got you.
yeah,
What's it
it's
like
like
in it?
uh same way as Rikers Island, bro.
Okay.
It's just we're younger and the staff have more control. Like fight nights happen there. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking fight nights go down in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
Wow.
yeah, wow, like
Fight
wow.
nights, bro. So explain it. What is a fight night like, and how does this happen? Like, there's no staff watching you guys, nothing like
Nah,
that.
well, at this time, this is them setting it up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is them. This is them orchestrating shit during the week. You heard? This is Friday fight night. You can get to watch the movie. You can get sit on a fucking nice chair. You might be able to get some extra extra tray or something. You know what I'm saying? So dudes is ready to go. Like I'm be able to stay out and do this, dude. So dudes get it in, and then it becomes like a fucking every fucking week thing, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a pecking order. They create a pecking order.
Was there ever any hiccups on that? Like nobody ever told their mother and father, and then like have them come down and like
Nigga,
say no.
we're the worst of the worst, bro. Ain't nobody coming for us, bro.
Right,
Nobody
right,
gives a
right,
fuck, bro.
right.
And
Sad,
this
isn't
is
it?
this is back. This is 90, 99, 98,
Damn.
right before Y2K. You know what I'm saying? So nobody gave a fuck. There was no cameras anywhere, bro.
And so with Rikers as a juvenile, was it racial in Rikers even as a juvenile, or was it?
Nah, it's not racial in New York State like that.
That's what I heard. I heard.
It's either you about that shit, you not with nothing, and you do what you want, or you're with the program and you get rolled on, and
Hmm.
that's it. You're a victim.
Word. And so, what age are you when you graduate from the juvenile system to the adult system, and how does that go down? Like, what happens?
So I end up going up to. So I ended up getting sentenced to 8. So I go AWOL again from the place, and then they catch me on another shit the same day, like
Mm,
same thing shit. So I got the violation for leaving that shit with the group home, and then I got a new charge. I ended up going to trial for that charge. I win on trial, but I violated the conditional release, so they sentenced me to 9 months or some shit like that.
mm,
9 months ended up turning into almost 2.5 years, bro. Almost 3 years, bro.
mm.
Because every year they would send me back and be like, "Yo, listen, he ain't got nobody's coming for him, and he's not ready." Whatever
That's
the fuck
crazy.
that meant, bro. Yeah, whatever the
So, how
fuck
can
that.
they do that?
Because you're like a ward of the state. Like ain't nobody was coming for me. Nobody came to court for me, bro. Nobody say, yo, I'm here for him. He's got a play. He's got yo, bro. I did all that shit by myself. My mom's a smoking crack, bro. My pops is he I guess he's doing what he does, but
Right.
nowhere to be found, bro.
I know we're men and all that, right? But like, how does that like affect you? Like, does that hurt you? Like, do you feel like nobody wants me, nobody loves me? Who gives a fuck
I
about
knew I
life?
was by myself. I've always felt like I was by myself because of the shit that I went through when I was a child. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
from the first time I was taken from my mother, and then I got taken away from my aunt, and then going through all those motions, and then here, there. It was just like I've been through this shit from a young boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm It's normalized, bro. It's a part of my. I feel like this is my journey type shit. It is what
Right.
it is. I gotta keep on trucking.
Right. And have you ever been involved in a gang?
Yeah, so I was involved in the gang life. Um, Not no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man now. You know what I'm saying? With fucking head on my shoulders and some sense. So I don't promote none of that gang shit. I don't
Right.
even really like to talk about that shit. Sure, but
Absolutely, bro.
uh,
It's part of your journey though. People gotta learn, you know what I mean? And the only way they learn is from our mistakes, you know?
yeah, no, absolutely. I do like to touch on that in a sense because it's more of a manipulation tactic, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's really it's it's taking advantage of those who really need help. You know what I'm saying? Like a real direction. I was
Right.
fortunate enough to have old timers and people around me that gave me it real raw, and I took it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was right or wrong, they gave me the real. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And I work with real. Anybody can work with real. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm grateful for that.
Absolutely, bro.
I don't know, bro. I've always had the determination and grit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had the what's next, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know anything else, bro. You know
Right.
what I mean? So for me, that shit is natural.
Okay. Okay.
The hard times for me was something that like I'm in a time in my life right now where things are calm and it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a little nerve wracking for me because it's not what I'm used to, and it's been years. You know what I'm saying? But my body is like, yo, what's next?
The,
You know
the
what I
only
mean?
way to grow is to get out your comfort zone and shit. And that's how,
Absolutely.
it's how it all really begins. Even in prison, you get taken out of your comfort zone majorly, bro, right? And then you have to like learn how to adapt, survive. People can say, yeah, it does it. You revert back to savage ways, right? But you do either you're gonna become a steel-minded person or you're gonna become mush in the brain. So like I've seen it happen both ways, but like if it doesn't break you, it makes you. And if you can make it through that, you can make it through anything. And if it starts at a young age like that, it's almost like it's just how life is. And so it's built in. Like it's not even an ordeal. It's just what you got to do.
And not to be like I don't know, cocky or biased or anything, but I'm Scots Irish, word. So that shit is in the blood, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never really understood about that until I got older because um it was just me by myself. Word. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of people that would like. I have a very prominent last name that I didn't even know had such prestige. You know what I'm saying? Such
Word,
oomph to it. Somebody that's not even of my race, it taught me that shit. Word. Like
word, word.
I was learning this from people that was telling me about what I didn't know because I didn't even know who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I like I said I'm a little cocky. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a time I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I did. I was just like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Where do I come from? I would hear like little stories and tidbits from my mother, but she was high all the time. So it's like I don't know, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yo, so let me ask you this, right? You and we could talk about your time in the prison system and how you can relate and tell us a little bit, give us a little bit of insight about the situation. I think it's a good time to start talking about the man who was taken out by the COs down there, and that video that's gone online and it's viral now. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's
Robert
seen it.
Brooks. I
Yep.
put out a video and I said this before, man. Every New York State inmate that goes to the Department of Corrections can and will be at one point in time can and will be a Robert Brooks, bro.
Really.
Yeah, like anything that anybody's really ever worried about going through the prison system up north is if I'm going to make it because I know these COs might not let me home, bro.
Mm.
You could end up in a pine box, bro, and they'll forget about you. They'll say they hung you. They'll say that you hung yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Right.
so you don't know, bro. If you ain't got no contacts or you have no loved ones, you have no mail, no visits, no phone calls, you are a prime target.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'll
Right.
get left because there's serial killer squads up north, bro. There's
Really.
squads. They call them beat up squads, but in all actuality, they're serial killers. Because if you would do an audit, bro, I bullshit you not. You'll find out that a lot of people got killed, bro.
Mm. And
They'll say that they fell down the steps, they took a trip, right?
yeah.
Took a trip, or they fucking hung themselves. And that's
Right.
I was in a box in Fishkill, bro.
Mm.
This is '07. 08 or some shit like that.
Right.
There's a CO female CO that works the yard in 21A, right? She's not the best on the eyes, you heard, but she's nasty. Like she's nasty.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to talk to her, bro. Like you just want to pass her your ID to get whatever the fuck you want, so you can get the fuck out of there and not have to deal with her.
Right.
She had a situation with this kid. I don't know. He was a new number or he came from somewhere or whatever. He said some shit to her she didn't like, bro. She sent him to the box. Guess who works the box?
Who?
Her husband, bro.
Oh no.
They call this dude Superman, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like he looks like if you took Clark Kent and you took his glasses off, bro, and put him in a CO uniform, that's this guy, bro. Bro, handsome motherfucker. And I'm just being real. Crazy.
That's
He's
great.
a part of the fucking kill squad, bro.
Yeah.
He works the box, bro. So
yeah,
she sends him to the box, bro. I'm in the box at this time. I'm on the lower floor. They're on the top.
Yeah.
Yo, that night, you could hear the flesh being beat, the stomping, bro. You could feel it. You could hear it. You know the sound. There's a different kind of sound when you hear that shit. The next morning, they said he hung himself.
What?
And that's not the only one, bro. There's another one that happened like that too. In the time span that I was there, from 06 to 09.
That's wild, bro. Because you want to know what? It's similar to DDU in that aspect, because that type of shit really happens in DDU. So I can sit here and say, oh, well, have you witnessed certain things like that? But I know you have, just by, even that story just that you obviously just told us just now. But like, I've witnessed it too. And it's real. That shit's legit. If these motherfuckers get away with it, they do. They really do. And
they caught 3 bodies, bro, in a fucking 3-year period, bro. This is why I say they're serial killers, bro.
Let's watch the video. Let's watch this video real quick. I got it right here. This is the video on the thing.
Hey, yo, not for nothing, viewer discretion advised, but yo, this shit is gonna make a lot of people upset. I saw this shit, and this is light compared to what they really do, bro.
Right.
Today over the death of an inmate in a New York State prison who was brutally beaten by more than a dozen correction officers. Detainee advocates are concerned it's part of a larger culture of violence within the state's correctional system. Laura Barone Lopez has our look and a warning to our viewers. The video, which we will show only in part, is very disturbing.
Body cam footage shows Robert Brooks repeatedly kicked, punched, and choked after arriving at the Marcy Correctional Facility on December 9th. Brooks had been serving a 12-year sentence for an assault in 2017. It is unclear why he was transferred to the Central New York prison. At one point, one officer yanks him by the neck and drops his semi-conscious body on an examination table. The beating lasted roughly 20 minutes. Brooks died the following morning. In a statement, an attorney for the Brooks family said, Mr. Brooks was fatally, violently beaten by a group of officers whose job was to keep him safe. He deserved to live. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has requested the termination of 13 guards and 1 nurse implicated in the assault. After visiting the facility where Brooks was beaten, Governor Hochul released a statement yesterday, saying in part, "The system failed Mr. Brooks, and I will not be satisfied until there has been significant culture change." In the aftermath of Brooks's death, community leaders and activists are calling for justice and reform.
Just because individuals are incarcerated doesn't mean that they give up their rights to be human beings.
A 2023 investigation by the Marshall Project in the New York Times found that from 2010 to 2022, New York's Department of Corrections filed 5,642 disciplinary cases against prison staff, but only succeeded in firing 28 officers. 3 of the guards involved in the assault against Brooks were previously accused of beating inmates in a similar manner. As of today, none of the 14 employees implicated have been charged with wrongdoing. But New York State Attorney General Letitia James promised a full investigation.
Because I have a responsibility and duty to provide the Brooks family, their loved ones, and all New Yorkers with transparency and accountability.
Authorities have not released an official cause of death for Brooks, but according to court documents, the medical examiner's preliminary findings show, quote, concern for asphyxia due to compression of the neck. Robert Brooks was 43 years old. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Laura Barone Lopez.
So I know I just asked you to stop because I'm thinking, right, and I love to, you know, just see things for what they are, bro. I like to be a realist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro, the only reason why this strike is taking place, bro, is because of the fact that they got caught, bro. This shit is something that happens on a regular basis,
Absolutely.
bro. This shit happens every fucking jail there is in New York State, bro. Everywhere you go, bro. Everywhere you go, this shit happens, bro.
Absolutely.
You might not die, but you definitely could get hands and feet put on you, bro. Like, you fuck around and you fucking not be the same, bro.
The thing is that if you do die, most likely you won't hear about it because it gets swept under the rug because nobody's there to care about it, right?
They will throw you in a pond box in the backyard, bro.
Attorneys for the 14 people under investigation, but the president for the Correction Officers Benevolent Association adding in a sharply worded statement, the egregious and repugnant action of the officers who committed this heinous and fatal assault does not in any way reflect the values of the vast majority of correction officers, including my members.
It's funny because they always say things like try to make it sound like they're so shocked by these incidents, but they're well aware that they happen all the time and they're never sorry other than when they get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, the deputy superintendent, bro, is the one that signs off on all this shit, bro. Everybody knows about this shit from the top all the way to the bottom, bro.
Every use of force, every use of chemical agent, anytime there's a report written about a use of force, his name is on that. They're notified prior to any chemical agents being dispersed if it's not an emergency use. So yeah,
and the crazy part in New York State, bro, they don't even do all that, bro. They don't even have to get, like, it's hardly ever that they have to spray their mace, bro. They got this shit so locked down, bro, that you don't even want to get out of hand because you don't want to die, bro. If you do get out of hand, it's because you're young, dumb, and you ain't got nothing to lose. And, you know, sometimes it be like that, bro. If you has nothing to lose and you getting abused and all that, you would probably do the same thing. But rarely does that happen. People have too much to lose and have too much to go home to. You know what I mean? So people are walking the fucking line.
Right.
So all that, when they say they you know, use mace and all that, that hardly ever happens in any of the reports, bro. It's pressure, intimidation, and hands-on.
Right.
13 personnel are currently suspended without pay. Another has resigned as the investigation continues. And yet, Tom, there are still questions tonight about what happened that led to the beating that we just saw. Tom?
In Bridgewater State Hospital in 2000 and maybe 15 or something like that, they unalived an inmate in there, right? Now, they folded him in half so that he suffocated. And they were holding him like that long enough for him to suffocate. Now, the 3 officers held him, pinned him, folded in half with his head pushed up like that. So his neck, not only was his legs like up like this, but his head was like this in between his legs because it was up against the wall like that. And so,
you know, them SEALs is good for using them sneaky moves, bro. Like real sneaky jujitsu moves and shit. Like they're real nasty with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole thing with putting in the mouth or the sock or whatever that was. That's the kind of shit they do. They're fucking nasty fuckers, bro. And bro, outside an order to come or some kind of oversight committee or whoever comes, you know, Albany or fucking the people, bro, they will put that smile on you. You would never think they were like that, bro. You're like, holy shit, this guy's wholesome. He's a wholesome CO.
Right? It's like when your family comes to visit, they put on the smile. So give me a break, bro.
Yeah, bro. They're
same dude that just chewed on my neck last week, right?
Yeah, he just spit my food. He fucking took my commissary or some shit.
Yo, but check it out, right? In that Bridgewater State Hospital incident, them officers they got put off with pay. They got suspended with pay. Imagine that. They were suspended with pay. Some of them were still working a little bit until you know the situation became too much. But I feel like that video is online too.
Bridgewater prison guards face involuntary manslaughter and civil rights violation for the death of a 23-year-old mentally ill patient.
New at 6, Janet Wu reports the indictments reverse a 6-year decision not to prosecute the 3 guards for Joshua Messier's death.
This video of 7
right
guards restraining Joshua Messier, pressing his knees to his chest while his hands are handcuffed behind him, took place May 2009, shortly after he was sent to Bridgewater State Prison for a psychiatric evaluation. He was suffering from schizophrenia. Regulations bar this technique called suitcase.
I just love him so much, and I wish I could have helped him that night. I was there. I knew something was wrong. They kept trying to make me leave.
At 1 a.m., she was...
See, that's the nurse that was on that night. And they came and they checked on him and left it. They just stood there for like minutes and minutes, bro. Like they didn't do CPR, nothing. Like it's disgusting. Watch this.
Bro, they're serial killers, bro. All of them. All of them are serial killers.
They watch what they do right here. Look at. See, they're on top of him now. I mean, he's dead. He's out. And you know what I mean? Now they're like, oh no, like, yeah, of course. Like it was a minute before they even did anything at all. Like the nurse, you seen the nurse go in and out of the room 3 times before anything even happened. It's just sad. It's a tragedy.
That's another thing too. Like everybody's on the same time up north. Like in New York State, like everybody's with that program. Whether they say it or not, they all know. Yo, listen. When we bring anybody in this infirmary, or we bring anybody near the school area, or we bring anybody over near these fucking civilians, y'all better keep your mouth shut and shut the fuck up, because this is what we do. This is how we keep y'all safe. This is the shit they probably telling you know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, okay, this is the way they keep law and order. So they keep their mouth shut, and you know that's what it is. But this lady looks like she wasn't with the shits, bro.
Nah, listen, I want to hear what she has to say real quick. Hold on, let's listen to what she says. Let me put it back just a little bit.
Of Joshua's death, that some good things are going to come out of it for others, and that's so important. I really do think it's going to end.
Brown said the 6-year fight isn't over yet. She said the 3 guards have only been charged, but at least now their son's death is no longer being called an accident.
They need to find an outlet separate from a prison, somewhere other than a prison, to put these kids.
Lisa Brown said gruesome details of Joshua's death never released will be made public in about 10 days when the transcript of the inquest is made public. There are nearly 200 patients still civilly committed at Bridgewater. Phil?
That's it right there.
I like how he mentioned at the end, everything that everybody should really focus on is the fact that if those kids are there and they're not there for like serious heinous crimes, bro, and they're just there for mental health, bro, they should not be dealt with like the fucking criminals, bro. Because really, in all actuality, you're breeding a criminal. You're creating a criminal in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. This kid had severe mental illnesses, and for all they know, he could have been having a panic attack and seeing them as demons, and now they're killing him. Like, come on. Give me a break, bro. You have no compassion, no mercy, nothing in your chest to make you think like this is wrong, man. I shouldn't be hurting this kid.
But Matt, you gotta remember, bro. Like, and I know you talking for the viewers and everybody else that don't understand, but yo, these people come into this job and this line of work with a chip on their shoulder for some other shit, bro. It could be some shit that happened when they was a child. It could be happening when a juvenile. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? But most of them, bro, they come in there with some shit, bro. And I'm not saying all of them, you know what I mean? But the ones that allow the shit to take place, you just as guilty. You know
right.
You're turning that blind eye. You're allowing the shit to take place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think should happen to people with severe mental illnesses who commit crimes? Like, what do you think should happen with them?
I don't know, man. I really haven't. I mean, first and foremost, their fucking mental health needs to be addressed first. You know what I mean? Like, deal with that. Don't allow that to become the the shit that keeps this shit in motion. You know what I mean? Like, address that. You might not have criminal behaviors. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah, but there's a lot of other things that come into effect with that too. Environments, you know what I mean? Like where place of living, all that shit plays a factor, bro. Zip codes are a real thing, and they can figure out what you're going to be and how you're going to be off of a zip code where you grew up.
Absolutely, bro.
So it all goes into really dealing with the mental health, though. At the end of the day, you really got to address the mental health, bro.
Fact, I think that you're just making it worse. You're exacerbating someone's mental health, and obviously they're at risk to hurting themselves and other people, and getting hurt themselves from other people. Like, you can't put them in a population in prison in max. They'll get hurt.
So that's the thing too. Like on Rikers Island, they got a mental health housing unit where it's like strictly for mental health, and these people are known. They're like known through Rikers Island because this is their program is. I'm gonna be out on the street for the warmer months, and then when it gets cold, I'm gonna get arrested for something that'll give me 6 months, which is 4 months on the county bid. I'll be gone for a season, the coldest one, and I'll be in this motherfucking streets again. So when they took away the no cash, when they did the no cash bail, and they, you know, they let everybody out, these motherfuckers are like, yo, I want to go inside now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go back. Like I'm tired. I want some sleep. I want some food. You know what I mean? And they wasn't giving them that on the petty crimes. So they're like, yo, fuck it, pushing people off platforms and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they knew what they were doing when they did this, bro. They knew that there was gonna be a percentage of fucking crimes that were gonna be strictly mental health, bro.
Right.
And everything else is gonna be something else.
You got to take into consideration too that you're torturing a person. You know what I mean? These people sometimes don't even understand what's going on, and they're in the cell and they're screaming and yelling at themselves and fucking not taking a bath, not brushing their teeth, not cleaning their cell, maybe, you know, taking shits on the floor or pissing on the floor or in their bed or in their clothes, and they're not getting cleaned, they're not getting cared for, there's nobody there mothering them, they're getting tortured. And I don't think it's right to take somebody and put them in a prison cell with nothing to, you know, nobody to care for them in any type of way when they're not capable of doing it for themselves, bro.
Yeah. System is perfectly flawed, bro.
Yep. So let me ask you a few questions about New York State prison system, as far as like what your experience there has been like and shit. And so when you got there, what year was it, and where'd you go? And what was that prison like, a max or a medium?
So I never touched the max. I only been in mediums. This is 06 to 09. I was in Fishkill. So from 05 to 06, I was on Rikers Island. And then I went to, you know, reception. I went to downstate. They keep you there for like 45 days just to, you know, check your classification or whatever. I go to Fishkill, medium A. So it's like right below a max. You know what I mean? The next step, if you got in like hardcore trouble, would be, you know, the max, of course. But a lot of lifers, a lot of dudes that was going home with a lot of time. They made it down from the maxes. They got to a medium, more freedom. You know what I'm saying? I was in Fishkill. Fishkill, you know, it was just like everywhere else, bro. I mean, once you've been to one, you've been to all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you move accordingly and you know how to fucking present yourself and you're a stand-up man and you fucking do, you know, walk the line correctly, you ain't gonna have no issues unless you create some issues. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, the only real issue you really ever gonna worry about is the COs, bro.
Right.
Like,
did you ever have any personal experiences with any of the COs that were involved in that situation?
So I don't know about that. So there's a definitely a squad that you know, is hands-on in the yard and all that after a certain time, especially on a night shift. They get like, they don't want nobody in the yard, so they're gonna push it to the point where they're gonna fuck with you on that search in, that this is gonna be your last time coming to the yard.
Right.
So they shift is clear. Yeah, they done threw a few motherfuckers down the steps. One dude ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? They're big on Supermans. So ironically, you know the Superman.
Yeah.
You're all the way out to the point where your feet are always all the way back to the point where if you come off the wall, that's their excuse to fucking kill you.
Really?
Yeah. Now they grab you by the back of your pants and shit. They give you like fucking corrections. They always put their knees in the back of your knee. They're fucking up on you, bro. They want you there in your ear. Come off this wall. Be the last thing you ever do. Searching you, roughing you, grabbing your nuts and all that, bro. Like that kind of shit. So they deter you from ever coming to the yard. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they give it up.
So some of those videos that are circulating on social media, I believe it's on Instagram, I think there's some on TikTok about the New York. So it's like basically it's a promo for the New York City Department of Corrections. They got convicts who are moving on COs. A bunch of videos, different convicts and different joints.
Those videos are so fucking old, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, those are that shit does not happen like that, bro.
Right.
That's not a thing. That's like, there's somebody that's being super oppressed and they're just like, fucking, I'm not with it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Young boys that don't have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
That's the only time that shit really ever takes place. You know what I'm saying? You might get a live wire and he might say, fuck it, I don't care if I make it or not.
So
that's what you're seeing on those tapes. Those are young boys that have nothing to lose.
So that's not an accurate description of
Hell
what
no,
it's
that's not an accurate description, bro.
right.
That shit's not a thing, bro.
Right. I wanted to clear that up because I see them and I see in the comments that some people are like, look it, man, that's you show these videos,
Bro,
but you don't show the videos of the cops beating up the convicts because there's way more of them out here than there is like
bro,
this.
those body cams fucking fucked them over bad. You know what I'm saying? In a great way, in a fantastic way.
Right.
But there's so much that you're not ever gonna see because that shit was never recorded, bro. That's just the one time they got caught.
Mm.
You see how quick the second one there was another kid that just died in mid-state, bro.
Right.
Literally like a day or two ago, bro. Same kind of situation, bro. This happens on a regular basis. Some shit just don't get caught. Like they got caught with that body cam. That's why they doing a strike. They know for a fact that if this shit comes out and it shows that they have a pattern, bro, and this is how they run their jails, bro, that shit is going to be a problem, son. There's not they're gonna probably quit and they're gonna probably their incentive now for the corrections to recruit, they're trying to recruit from out of state now, bro.
Right.
That's messy. That's all of like so I know I'm going around the board a little bit.
That's all right, bro.
I'm trying to paint a picture here. So from the time that I was up north from 05 to 010, right? I mean 06 to 010, they were letting go nothing but violent offenders and lifers. The old timers with the 80 numbers, the 70 numbers, the 60 numbers, right? Now, mind you, they always think 10, 20 years ahead, bro.
Yep.
Right? And I remember on that bid reading about migration and all the shit that's taking place now and how fucking Spanish is going to be the number one language in 2050, bro. I was reading that in 06, bro, 07. You know what I mean? So I've been paying attention for quite a while. That shit is just wild how they think so far ahead, right?
Yeah.
This is a subject that you kind of like you bury or you put in a file cabinet, you put a lock on it, you know what I mean?
Yo, but it's a passionate one because it affects us so fucking deeply, bro. Like, I feel like I'm still connected to these guys that are in there. Like, because, you know, at one point, I never thought I was leaving there. I never thought I'd be the person out here talking about something in there. Hell no. I thought I'm going to be the person out there listening, hoping somebody has something to say good for me that might help me out. Because I didn't have a clue, man. I didn't know where my life was going at that point. And it was like, I never saw myself walking out those doors. Never, dude. And so to be out here and be able to talk about it and you know, shed light on it is fucking
So I'm going to cut you off, right? But where I was going with that was they were letting go all the old timers. So the young kid, because there's an influx, that whole no cash bail is a setup because it's an insurance policy, bro. Right? Because they let go of all these prisoners, right? To where they held the knowledge and the tempo of the jail, right? The laws. They kept shit because they're the old timers. So when you get rid of the old timers and you let a whole bunch of young bucks come in and you got this shit going crazy the way it is now, there's no steadiness. This shit is gonna be rambunctious, or this shit is gonna be wild. It's gonna be super duper violence. It's gonna turn into like a West Coast kind of scenario, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna come with all that third world violence that they letting in and all that, you know. So this shit is a part of the plan, bro. They knew exactly what they were doing years ago, bro. Because they were letting the lifers go, the violence, all that. They were letting everybody go. So they wouldn't be able to hold law on the way the shit really runs. You got to remember, them dudes in Attica set a tone, bro.
Yeah.
The Attica riots. They got us a lot of things, bro. There was a time where dudes were locked in their cells 23-on-1 for no reason. No programs, no nothing, no packages, no phone, no nothing, bro.
Word.
And that racism shit was a real hardcore thing. A lot worse than what it is now. From the COs. And they got tired of it. They fucking bucked and they fucking said, yo, listen, this is what we want. And they did that shit for everybody else behind them, bro. So when I see all that shit happening and they letting all the lifers go and the people that was holding the law, they're going to take everything else too. I'm pretty sure after this, they're going to take the cigarettes from New York State, bro.
They still have cigarettes in New York?
Absolutely, bro.
Get the hell out of here.
Bro, you can go to the store, buy a whole carton. You can buy a box of top. You can buy a bugle. You could buy all that. Lighter. You could buy papers. You could buy all that. And that's all because of the dudes in Attica. They let it be known like this is what's gonna keep shit smooth.
Wow.
Yo, What's happening now is going to be like a great reset in the prison system for New York State, bro. You think we have one in the world in fucking COVID, bro? This is the great reset for the prison system in New York State.
Word. And they did it in Walpole back in like the 90s. They took away cigarettes, and it was
And
a
it was
big thing.
probably when they had a whole bunch of influx of people, and then when they let people go and they had an influx of newbies that they didn't know nothing and they wasn't going to stand on nothing because they had no
Right.
time. So they could do whatever they want. And that's
They got
kind
it
of what they're
done.
going to do now.
Guys bucked, but they got it done, man. That was the worst thing. That by letting them do that was the biggest mistake that ever happened. They
And
should
it's
have
not even about the cigarettes because I don't want to glorify the cigarettes, but that shit keeps
No, it's not. It's just about the point. They got getting the cigarettes is something we really wanted, right? So they took that, and that was their power move. They knew they could do anything.
Well, the real thing that they were shooting for back then was programs, bro, colleging. You know what I'm saying? Like some sort of trade. What am I going to be doing with this time? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I better myself? Like, this is the kind of mentality they was on, and I took advantage of all those programs while I was there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful and I'm appreciative for their sacrifice because men died. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And I don't mean to sound crazy or too hard with the, you know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, I wouldn't have been able to do none of that shit, college courses, none of that shit, unless they did what they did, bro. But all that shit is about to get taken away.
Hell yeah.
Respectfully.
Word.
But that's what I was saying. They knew what they was doing 10 years back, 20 years back when they fucking started letting the lifers and the old timers go. And, you know, they kind of like took that fucking, that lawness with them. You know what I'm saying? When they let them go, everything's kind of like it's going to start crumbling. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, look at this shit, bro. This shit is about to be wild.
Well, hopefully, I mean, shit, we got a couple aces in the deck. I mean, Trump is doing a few good things for prisoners, but
did you hear? I don't know how true this is, but did you hear something about 12 years after your last convictions with a clean record, you can get your shit expunged?
Yup, I did. Yup, 12 years after your final conviction, and you've been out of trouble for 12 years, your record disappears, dude.
Well, shout out to all those who can do that now. I got a few years to go. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna close the books on that.
Yeah, that's big right there, bro. You know how many people are gonna be able to open their lives up differently now? Like,
yeah, man. I'm hoping it doesn't get closed up by the time I can actually apply for that, because that would be a fucking fantastic thing, man.
I don't see him changing that back. That seems like something progressive right there. Like,
well, it all depends. I mean, if we want to think about it, Trump's only got 4 or 3 more years, right? So after that, they could take shit. They could get nasty, bro. The Democrats were booing him last. I don't mean to get political on your podcast, but the Democrats was violating him last night on the State of the Union. You know, I'm not for anybody, bro. I believe that it's the same fucking bird. You know what I mean? Both wings, the same bird. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then somebody's fucking doing a puppet on the bird too. You know what I mean? Making this fly. So I'm just sitting here watching this shit, and I'm just like, oh, what's gonna happen next, bro? Because the Dems is booing them, and that's creating like a turf war type shit, like gang fucking beef and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just Democrats and Republicans instead of Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy when you can't rely on your government to get along in just the littlest ways so you can get stuff done, man. You know,
shit is a fucking circus, bro. Yeah. This shit is really a plantation, but the shit is also a circus too, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
This is the biggest plantation in the fucking world, bro.
Hell
America. Plantation.
Yo. Dude, I felt like a slave a lot of days in prison too. Word, I did. Hey, yo, I appreciate you coming on tonight, bro. It's definitely been a good conversation, man. Definitely a few topics on there to spark some thought, you know what I mean? And maybe spark the conversation a little bit on what's going on inside there when it comes to cops being violent to convicts, and how New York City, how New York State prison system is kind of devolving right now to, like, you know, where the cops can just, you know, oppress people real bad like that and kind of get away with it, you know what I mean? But I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been really good, bro. I've been meaning to get a conversation with you for a long time. Hopefully one time hopefully one time we could get you in here and we could do an official interview and dig into your whole life, bro, and talk about your life as it is, man.
No, yeah, definitely, bro. I look forward to that too, man.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring more light to this, because I'm pretty sure this is not the only state that shit like this happens in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the deal. Like, it's a culture, bro. It's like a real fucking fraternity, bro. And
it absolutely is, bro.
This shit is a practice of what they do.
And the more people benefit from the system, the bigger it's gonna become. So the more prisons, the more people getting jobs from it, the more people get bigger paychecks, the friggin', the better benefits. Like it's a business that's
it's an industry, bro.
Yeah, it's not slowing down. It's growing. It's like, why does it need to grow? We have enough people in prison. We don't need more.
That's why I said this shit is the biggest plantation in the world, bro. Bro, the way they have this methodically fucking set up, bro, and thought out, bro. They're thinking 100 years ahead, bro. They think about it. 100 years ago, they were going through the same shit in a similar way, bro.
Yup.
Migration, fucking flu, whatever that shit was. Their COVID or whatever that was, the swine or however
swine
that
flu, whatever.
And then they had, check this, bro. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
They converted from gold and silver to FRNs, Federal Reserve Notes, which is green paper. What are we doing right now? We're converting over from Federal Reserve Notes over to fucking crypto. So think about it. It's just happening the same way 100 years ago as it is. You know what I mean? So if they know what the fuck is going on, they had this shit methodically planned out, bro. This shit is orchestrated.
Word.
That's why I said I don't even worry about the bird. Somebody else is controlling the bird.
Word. Yo, that's a dope ass note to leave off on, bro. I hope that shit drop some comments, man. We want to know what your thoughts on all this stuff is, man. Word. Thank you, DVS, bro. W number. Ow.